Rain-slicked streets reflected the glow of neon signs above the old Romano family district. The city slept uneasily beneath the weight of power, money, and secrets. Inside a dimly lit safe house, Vincenzo Vinny Romano sat hunched over a set of blueprints projected from a small holopad. His crew circled him: Salvatore, the hulking enforcer; Luca, the hacker with nerves of steel; Marco, the driver; and Gianni, the newest recruit. Vinny's voice cut through the silence. Tonight, we hit the Romano bank vault. This isn't just cash we're talking: bonds, old ledgers, documents that could shift the balance of power in the family. And the council doesn't know we're doing this. One wrong step, and it's war inside our own walls. Salvatore cracked his knuckles. And if someone double-crosses us, Vinny's eyes narrowed. Then we deal with them before they deal with us. No hesitation, no mercy. Luca traced a line across the blueprint. Sensors are blind for exactly 10 minutes. If we move fast, we'll be ghosts. Any slower, and the security AI locks everything down. Marco adjusted his coat, glancing toward the van waiting outside. Get in, get out. 10 minutes or less. I'll be ready at the extraction point. Johnny's hands trembled slightly. And what if someone inside betrays us? Vinny studied him, calculating. You're new. That's why you're nervous. But remember, this trust is earned in this family, and betrayal is always closer than you think. The plan was simple on paper, but deadly in execution. Luca had discovered a digital backdoor, a flaw in the bank's system. If used properly, it would allow the crew to bypass cameras, locks, and motion sensors. But if triggered incorrectly, alarms would alert not only the council but every enforcer in the district. 11 p.m., approaching the vault. The Romano bank loomed ahead like a fortress. Security cameras patrolled its perimeter, casting mechanical eyes over the wet streets. Vinny's team slipped through a service entrance beneath a dumpster, their footsteps silent on the slick concrete. Luca approached the biometric scanner, hands flying across his tablet. The scanner hummed. Green light. Access granted. Too easy, Luca muttered under his breath. His eyes flicked to Gianni, who was sweating under the red warning light of the scanner. Vinny ignored the comment. Stay focused. Load the drives. Extraction is in 10 minutes. One misstep, and we're all done. Inside, the vault was cathedral-like. Walls lined with cryptographic drives and stacks of cash. Johnny's jaw dropped. This is unbelievable. Focus, Vinny said. Take it slow. Everything is wired. One wrong touch, and it fries everything. Salvatore lifted stacks of cash, while Marco wheeled in crates. Luca's fingers danced across his tablet, overriding locks, decrypting files. Gianni clutched a bundle of bonds, his hands shaking. Last 11 dias passeu. Unexpected alarm suddenly. A sharp beep rang out. Red lights flooded the vault. Alarms blared. What the hell? I disabled all sensors. Salvatore growled. Luca froze. It's coming from inside. Someone triggered a secondary security protocol. Vinny's gaze swept across the crew. Who did this? Which one of you activated it? Johnny shook his head, voice trembling. I didn't. I swear. Salvatore's cyber arm twitched. Don't lie to me, kid. The tablet flashed. Luca's face went pale. It's Johnny's access code. The vault thinks he's authorized. Someone is using him to trigger the alarm. Tension thickened. Every man realized that betrayal wasn't coming from outside, was inside. Vinny's jaw tightened. Then we find the traitor. Fast. And we finish the heist before this place kills us all. 11:15 p.m. Preparing the escape. Reed emergency lights flashed across the vault walls. Smoke hissed from vents. The vault began a lockdown countdown. 10 minutes, Luca warned. Then this place turns into a steel trap. Vinny's mind raced. Trust had already fractured. One false move, and the council would know not only of the heist, but that someone inside the family couldn't be trusted. Marco, Vinny said, voice low. Check the van. Engines on. Marco nodded. Ready. I've got a clear route. 10 minutes from exit to alleyway. Vinny turned to the crew. Listen carefully. Stick to the plan. Watch each other's backs. And Gianni. One wrong step, and you die first. Understand? Gianni swallowed hard. Yes, boss. Vinny's eyes scanned the vault one last time. All right. Move. Ghosts in and out. Let's make history or we die trying. The Romano Bank's inner vault was a cathedral of wealth. Its walls lined with cryptographic drives, stacks of cash, and old bonds. Red emergency lights flickered across the floor, casting shadows that seemed to move on their own. Vinny, Salvatore, Luca, Marco, and Johnny moved with precise caution, each aware that one false step could end everything. Keep it slow, Vinny warned, his eyes sweeping the room. We only have 10 minutes before the secondary protocols lock this place down completely. Luca, are the overrides holding? Luca's fingers flew across his tablet. For now, but the vault's AI is adapting. It's like it knows we're here. Johnny swallowed nervously. This wasn't supposed to be like this. Salvatore's glare could have frozen fire. Don't stutter, kid. Focus. Every second counts. Marco wheeled in 2 crates of cash, stacking them neatly on the dolly. We're on schedule, Vinny. Then came the faint beeper warning that made the blood run cold. Luca froze. It's coming from inside. Someone triggered the backup alarm. It's coded with Johnny's access credentials. Vinny's jaw tightened. What? How? Gianni stepped back. I didn't do anything. I swear. Salvatore clenched his fists. Someone's setting you up, kid. And it looks like it's working. Luca's tablet pulsed red. It's definitely internal. The vault thinks Gianni is authorized. This could be the work of someone trying to take us all out from the inside. Vinny's mind raced. The betrayal was closer than any of them feared. He knew the council wouldn't tolerate failure, especially if it was caused by treachery within the family. Everyone, Vinny said, voice low and commanding. We split. Salvatore and I check the perimeter and override the inner locks. Luca, you stay with Gianni and finish the data extraction. Marco, prepare the getaway route. Move fast, stay sharp, and trust no one except me. 11:20 p.m. The inner vault, the crew, split, moving through the labyrinth of corridors and steel vaults. Salvatore's heavy boots echoed ominously as he followed Vinny toward the inner chamber. The vault's AI seemed to anticipate their movements, closing doors and activating silent laser grids just behind them. Vinny's hand hovered near his pistol, but he kept it holstered. He didn't need to fire, he needed control. They reached the inner vault chamber. The blinking drives were arranged in a semicircle, glowing like embers. Luca and Janae had already begun transferring the encrypted files. Janae's hands trembled violently as he held a stack of cash. This can't be real. I'm not ready for this. Luca's voice cut sharply. Focus. One misstep and we all die. Red lights flashed. Warning sirens screamed. A metallic voice echoed across the vault. Intruder alert. Authorization mismatched detected. Secondary lockdown initiated. Vinny froze. Damn it. The secondary protocol. It's already counting down. 10 minutes until full lockdown. Salvatore growled, scanning the room. The rats in here. Someone's using Joni's credentials. It's a setup, Vinny. Vinny's jaw tightened. We finish the job anyway. No one dies tonight except the traitor, if we find them. 11:30 p.m. Betrayal revealed suddenly. A hidden panel on the far wall slid open. A shadowy figure stepped forward. Don Ferraro, the family patriarch, thought dead years ago. His eyes glinted with malice. Vincenzo, Ferraro said, voice icy and controlled. Did you really think you could succeed without my knowledge? Vinny's fists clenched. Ferraro, you're alive. You set this up. Ferraro smiled coldly. Of course, I need to test loyalty. And you, my young, ambitious Kaposny, to see what happens when trust is misplaced. Gianni stumbled backward. You're the one behind the alarm. You're the traitor. Ferraro laughed. I am no traitor, boy. I am the arbiter. One of you will betray. One will survive. Only loyalty keeps you alive. Salvatore growled. We're not playing your games. Ferraro's gaze shifted to Vinny. Oh, you are, Salvatore. Every step, every move, all orchestrated to see who fails first. The vault itself is a test. Fail, and it kills. Succeed, and you might earn your family's freedom. Vinny gritted his teeth. Then we pass this test. Together. 11:35 p.m. Race against time. The vault's inner mechanisms hissed, air vents pumping smoke, temperature rising, and lights turning red. Luca swore under his breath. If we don't finish in 5 minutes, the vault locks permanently. We'll be trapped. Vinny nodded. Then we move. All of us. Eyes open. Trust no one but the crew beside you. Johnny's hands trembled, but he followed Vinny's gaze. For the first time, he understood the rules of the family. Loyalty, precision, and survival. No one else mattered. The countdown was ticking. Every second brought the vault closer to sealing their fate. And somewhere in the shadows, the patriarch watched, waiting for the first betrayal to unfold. The last family heist Part 3. Shadows in the vault. The inner vault pulsed with red warning lights, casting long, jagged shadows over Vinny and his crew. The alarms screamed like predators in the dark, and every footstep echoed like a heartbeat. Luca's fingers flew across his tablet, overriding locks, but the vault's AI adapted with frightening speed. Each second brought them closer to lockdown. Vinny's eyes scanned the room, noting the tension in Salvatore's stance, the trembling in Johnny's hands, and Luca's frantic movements. Marco moved silently, wheeling crates of cash toward the exit, but even his usually steady hands shook. The crew was a perfect machine until it began to unravel. A sharp, metallic voice echoed through the vault. Intruder alert. Authorization mismatch detected. Secondary lockdown activated. Countdown. 5 minutes. Vinny froze. The countdown wasn't just a timer. It was a sentence. We don't have much time. Luca prioritized the data drives. Marco, get the cash out. Salvatore, cover us. Joni, stay close and keep your head down. Joni swallowed hard. I can't. I'm not ready for this. Vinny's glare cut through the panic. No one's ready for betrayal. Move. Jam 11 lewat 40 menit. Panjang. Dung. Ferraro's return. A hidden door hissed open, revealing a figure in the shadows. Don Ferraro, alive, composed, and more dangerous than ever, stepped into the vault. His presence radiated authority and menace. Vincenzo, Ferraro's voice cut through the alarms, calm and precise. You've done well, for a boy. But now comes the true test. Loyalty versus survival. Salvatore stepped forward, fists raised. We're not playing your games, Ferraro. Ferraro's cold smile widened. Oh, but you are, Salvatore. Every move you've made, every decision, was part of my design. One misstep, and the vault will claim all of you. Johnny's eyes widened. You're the one behind the alarm. You planned all this. Ferraro's gaze swept over the crew. I orchestrated every moment. The vault is not just a safe, it's a test. Only the truly loyal survive. Only the cunning earn their freedom. And someone in this room will betray you first. Vinny's jaw tightened. We move as one. We finish this together, or we die together. Ferraro laughed softly, a sound like broken glass. Together, we shall see. 11:45 p.m. The betrayal within. The crew moved carefully, navigating through the steel corridors toward the inner chamber. Luca's tablet beeped frantically. The secondary protocol is accelerating. We've got 3 minutes until total lockdown. Salvatore's eyes darted around. Someone here is working with him. I can feel it. Johnny's code triggered the alarm, and it wasn't him. Vinny nodded slowly. Then we isolate the traitor. Watch, everyone. Move with precision. The inner vault chamber opened before them, and the drives pulsed like hearts. Vinny approached the central drive, hand hovering over the override switch. Johnny's voice shook. Vinny, I don't know if I can do this. Vinny placed a steady hand on his shoulder. You don't have to. Just follow my lead. Trust me and trust your crew. The rest is on me. Jam 11 lewat 50 menit panjang. The contractor's test, Ferraro's voice echoed through hidden speakers. Time is short. One choice must be made. Loyalty or betrayal. Fail, and the vault claims all. Act wisely. Romano family. Suddenly, turrets activated from the corners of the vault. Red lasers swept across the floor, scanning for movement. Salvatore growled, cyberarm ready. We need to move or die. Luca hacked furiously. I can delay them. Barely. Vinny's eyes locked on Gianni. You've got one chance. Stay with Luca. Follow the path we planned. The rest of us will cover you. Gianni nodded, fear in his eyes, but determination growing. Vinny, Salvatore, and Marco moved forward, dodging lasers, disabling turrets as they went. Each second was a dance between life and death. 11:55 p.m. Confrontation with Ferraro. They reached the central vault console, only to find Ferraro waiting, calm as death itself. Ah, Vincenzo, you've made it far, but the final choice remains. Who lives, who dies? Vinny squared his shoulders. We don't choose betrayal. We end this together. Ferraro smirked. Then you shall see. Loyalty has its price. Red lights blazed. Smoke hissed. The vault doors began to seal automatically. Vinny's hands moved fast, overriding Ferraro's locks, while Salvatore and Marco held the turrets at bay. Luca guided Gianni along the escape path. The countdown clock ticked mercilessly toward 0. 12 a.m. A narrow escape with a final push. Vinny activated the main override. Turrets powered down. Vault doors unlocked. Smoke cleared. Ferraro's shadowy form disappeared through hidden panels. The crew emerged from the vault, breathing hard, soaked in sweat, adrenaline coursing through their veins. They had survived not because of the vault, not because of luck, but because they moved as one, loyal to each other. Gianni looked at Vinny, awe and relief mixing in his gaze. We made it. Vinny placed a hand on his shoulder. Yeah, but remember this. In our world, trust is rare. Betrayal is closer than you think. Never forget it. The Romano crew disappeared into the rainy streets, battered, alive, and aware that the final act Ferraro's reckoning was still coming. The sirens were still echoing in the distance when Zayn forced the warehouse door shut, his breath ragged, his hands trembling from the fallout of everything that had unraveled. Malik was gone. Rayon had revealed himself as the traitor, and the drive, the whole reason they had survived the explosion, was still in Zayn's pocket. Across from him, Liana gripped her bleeding arm, her eyes locked on him, her voice steady despite the chaos around them. Zayn, Rayan won't stop. You know that he's coming. Zayn swallowed hard. Let him come. But the truth was heavier than his words. Rayan had every advantage. He had control of the Syndicate's armed wing now. He had the corrupt cops. And he had something far more dangerous, an obsession with eliminating anyone who could expose his takeover. The warehouse lights flickered as a black SUV screeched to a halt outside. They had minutes, maybe seconds. Zayn, Liana whispered urgently, the drive. What's on it? He hesitated. Malik had shoved it into his hand right before the blast, before the building collapsed. before Rayan betrayed them. Zayn finally pulled it out. A single symbol glowed faintly on the casing, one they had all feared for years. Ashen division. Rayan wasn't after money, Zayn muttered. He was after this classified Syndicate archives. Every operation, every account, every leader. Lyanna's eyes widened. That means he wants to overwrite them. Replace the leadership. Take complete control. A loud metallic crash echoed outside Rayan's men trying to break in. No time left. Listen. Zayn pressed the drive into her palm. You need to get this to Khalid. He's the only one who can expose Rayan before he takes over everything. Lyanna pushed it back into his hand. No. You're the only one he won't shoot on sight. And you're the only one who still has both legs working. He shot back. Please, go. Footsteps approached. Shadows moved against the door. Zayn grabbed a metal pipe and exhaled hard. I'll buy you time. Lyanna hesitated, then nodded once. She sprinted toward the side exit, clutching her wound, disappearing into the night. The main door burst open. Rayan stepped inside first, armed, calm, confident. He looked almost disappointed. Zayn, why did you have to make this difficult? Rayan sighed. You should have taken Moloch's place by my side. We could have run the city together. You murdered him. Rayan smirked. I replaced him. There's a difference. Zayn gripped the pipe tighter. Rayan walked closer, slow, deliberate. You always cared too much. Loyalty, family, honor. Those things make you weak, and betrayal makes you strong. Zayn spat. It makes me in control. He raised his pistol, but Zayn moved first. He swung the pipe with everything he had. Rayan dodged, but the second swing cracked his arm. The gun clattered to the ground. For a moment, they were equals, brothers, in all but blood now, tearing each other apart. Rayan grabbed Zayn and slammed him against a crate. Where is the drive, Zayn? Zayn grinned despite the pain. Far from you. Rage flashed across Rayan's eyes. He pulled a knife. Zayn braced. A sudden gunshot echoed. Rayan froze. Another shot. He collapsed to the floor. Behind him, Lyanna stood in the doorway, hands shaking, pistol smoking. I told you, she gasped, nearly collapsing. I wasn't leaving you. Zayn rushed to her, catching her before she fell. Rayan coughed blood. You think this ends with me? Zayn stared down at him. No, it ends with the truth. He picked up the drive from Lyanna's pocket, gripping it tightly. Outside, sirens grew loudery ones this time, not Rayan's men. The Syndicate war had started, and Zayn was now holding the match.